Hello, I'm Anthony Giarrusso. Let's fly. Florida, flying freedom is a pretty big issue. All people within the state of Florida who own jets, propeller planes, and helicopters will benefit from this. With the Freedom of Travel Act, civil asset forfeiture of their aircraft will not be allowed. That's really positive. This will be a freedom granted to all Florida residents, and I'm allowed to do that as governor because state governors and state governments are allowed to extend the freedom to their citizens above what the federal government gives. Florida flying freedom will also help benefit the aircraft industry. The first thing I want to do is eliminate all taxes on aircraft sold within the state of Florida. This will make them less expensive to purchase, which is really important so we can start getting more people into new aircraft. I wish to remove all taxes for companies and for guests who charter, are in a block fractional program, or in a fractional ownership program, or any other type of program that may or may not exist in the future by the time I'm governor. This will increase aircraft travel. Okay, that's a pretty important industry, especially here in the state of Florida. This will allow some people that might not normally be able to afford these types of services to go and do these services. That will increase. That's very positive. I also want to give a huge tax break on companies that make aftermarket parts for planes, helicopters, and other similar various flying machines. Why? Because when you do that, that's going to reduce the prices of planes. Imagine a $1 million plane right now at the cost of only $200,000. That's a pretty big reduction in cost, all because we would now have an aftermarket aircraft industry. For some people buy planes, sometimes used, and they park them in their own private hangar at their house. That's right. I would like to develop more aviation communities where people can own their planes, fly them into their own community landing strip, so it makes it easier for people to travel. And if you are new to this, there's actually quite a few middle-class people that own planes. And I believe more middle-class people should be owning planes. Or even helicopters. If I was governor of the state of Florida, I would be making history showing the rest of the United States of America being that kind of leader to show that we could do more for air travel. Now you're going to ask about the air pollution from aircraft, because I know that is a touchy subject with quite a few people. As governor, it's going to be very tough for me to find a way to get jet fuel that doesn't have all of those preservatives and toxic chemicals that they add into the fuel. However, I believe that if I was governor and I could get enough governors together, that our states would be able to overcome and be able to get that type of jet fuel that doesn't have all those pollutants in it. We can have significantly cleaner jet fuel. It does exist. But it's hard because of the federal government. And if I ran as senator, that would definitely be something I'd run on. Because I know that at the federal level, because it's the country government rather than just the state government, we could be able to influence the federal government to only have clean jet fuel here in the United States of America, except for all this crappy jet fuel that has all these chemicals in it, and that's why you hear about the chemtrails, right? There's different types of jet fuel, but here in the United States of America, we have to fuel up with the crappy jet fuel, and that's something not to be proud of. That's something that has to change, and that would be most likely changed at the federal level, not the state level. But even if I became governor, I would definitely look into it. And people might ask, well, Anthony, what about an alternative source of fuel that might pollute even less than clean jet fuel? Of course, we can definitely make something like that. And wouldn't it be awesome to develop it here in our home state? That'd be fantastic. Get a couple of really intelligent petrol technicians, develop it, you know? That'd be fantastic. And I would love to do that as a governor or as a senator, either or. So a quick recap. Okay, get rid of civil asset forfeiture for aircraft. Right, build up the travel industry through the use of the charters and the other types of programs out there, the block fractional, the fractional, and get more people into this industry. Okay. And then I would like to get the technology companies here in Florida and develop aftermarket parts so we can reduce the prices of these planes and significantly get more people into the sky. And then, on top of that, I want to have more of these aviation park communities here in the state of Florida so that more people can travel by plane. Because these roads with all this traffic, especially in southern Florida and on the east coast of Florida, it's disgusting. And if you're in like the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg area, you know that traffic is disgusting there too. So having the ability for helicopters and airplanes, that's going to be revolutionary, especially here for the state of Florida. And then on top of that, and as more people get more planes, we will increase and make our aviation security forces even better than what they already are today. Today, we have like the best aviation security forces, and we're going to make them even better than that. Now that is incredible. So this is all stuff that can be done. It's reasonable. And it just makes the future that much more brighter. I'm Anthony Giarrusso. Thank you for watching. Bye.